This is it's faster. But we'll have you on, and what we want to do is have some.
Okay, good afternoon. Wednesday, October 26th, 6 p.m. Board of Entry Advisory Committee, call meeting to order at 6 p.m. with roll call. Got Mr. Gene Lindgren,
Present.
present. Carlos Hernandez, not present. Rafa Miner,
Present.
Jose David Gonzalez,
Present.
Guillermo Teach, not present. Luis Hinojosa,
Present.
Juan Pasquel, not present. Arturo Dominguez, not present. Emilio Richard, chairman, present. David Quigg, present. William Young, not present. Gonzalo Prida, not present. Robert Morris,
Present.
Jason Hinojosa, not present. Jerry Maldonado, not present. And no non-voting members present as well. And we'll go on to item number 3.
Do we have a forum?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, yes. What's actually quorum for this? 5?
5 voting members.
Yes. We'll go up to item number 3, public and citizen comments. No citizen comments today. So we go to item number 4. Mrs. Limon sent us the minutes of our September 28th meeting. I don't know if everybody had a chance to look over them, and if they do, I need a motion to accept.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Gene and JD Gonzalez. Now going to item number 5. Item for discussion would be discussion regarding the use and promotion of FM 3338 and any other matter incident thereto. And I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Dominguez as present.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Returning to the discussion on using and promotion of FM 338 and any other matter incident thereto. Do we want to take the mic and give some information on this project and what it was brought up to Ms. Limon?
Good evening, Chairman, members of the committee, Betty Mon for the record. During Councilmember Perez's town hall meeting, she mentioned they talked about that exploring or having the committee look at encouraging use of FM 3338, Las Tiendas Road, and promoting of it so that drivers know that there's an alternate route towards FM 255, I-35 versus staying on mines.
Okay.
So she wanted the
And that's what
committee
that
to.
connects, so right connects all the way to Columbia Toll Road. Yeah.
The Piñitas, they call it?
Yes.
So it's not Las Tiendas, it's Peñitas?
They know them as both.
Oh, okay.
Piñitas, I think it's the.
Peñitas, I think it's the area or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Do you
subdivision.
guys use that one
or-
for the bike route?
I say the bikers know that.
Yes. No, is it like I've been on it a long time, is it just farm road,
It's
or
a
one
farm
way,
It's still a farm road, but
well conditioned?
they condition it for loaded trucks.
Or
It was only
commercial.
for empties. You would get fined if you had a loaded trailer.
Okay.
Now,
A weight limit before.
there was, yeah, you can drive with.
That's for
loaded
commercial
trailer.
traffic.
And so now they fixed it, they left it pretty good and in very good condition, and now it can handle
And you
loaded
got
trucks.
one lane each way, you got 2 lanes, or,
It has 2 lanes and 2 big shoulders. It's pretty wide. It's pretty nice.
okay, well, 1 lane each way?
Yeah.
So 2 lanes plus each other.
It's actually how, it's right in between the Columbia Road, it runs right in between it, but it's being traveled, pretty
No,
often.
not halfway. It's
Well,
closer than
almost.
that. It's right after the US cold storage. So,
It cuts a little bit of the corner off if you
Yeah.
take lines all the way to Columbia.
Could it also take a lot of, if we can target the northbound trucks that are going that way, maybe through LMCA. And just to have them, rather than come all the way down Mines Road back to Loop 20 and back, they can head out that way if they're going north anyway, and it saves them quite a bit, a few miles and quite a bit of time.
Like, see
As a
about-
cyclist, I love it.
So I guess, we'll have to bring this forward, LMCA help for them to look at it and see how they can promote it with throughout their members, which are.
And I would even think that the city, the tech dots, could consider some signage as well.
Yes,
I think, Chief, that's what, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I think that's what's lacking there, is signage.
And also it would be nice to know, I guess I could have done my homework and I didn't, is that, you know, how many miles does it cut off? It's a nice message if it was going to go on social message that it cuts off 2.8 miles or something off of your trip. If you are trying to avoid the congestion on Mines and Killam and Interstate 69 versus going all the way to the Columbia Bridge and connecting at the start of the 255.
I guess, I'll have,
It's Las Tiendas, like you mentioned, well, that's what Google Maps says.
it's what?
It's Las Tiendas Road.
This is the legal name.
And it connects to the 255.
Yeah,
However, the thing is that most traffic goes between Las Tiendas
and south,
and the frontage.
yeah.
So that's where the traffic is. I mean, that's,
After that-
right now it's all red. After that, it's all green.
That's so.
I mean, it could help, I guess. How much, I don't know.
But well, if they fixed it and made it commercial traffic, well, I guess we should promote it. So we'll definitely touch base with LMCA and others.
Who is responsible for making those big green and white signs that would announce it, or what kind of sign were we talking about?
That are Texas or City
Yeah,
Radio?
it's Tech Dot. It's a Tech Dot road, so they should be able to put some signs, open for business, open for loaded trucks or something.
Or San Antonio,
Oh,
this way to go to San Antonio.
Or just
I think that's a good
some
idea.
type of signage that blinks or something that it's now.
To avoid congestion, go this route.
That will help alleviate the trucks that are crossing through Colombia that are going to mile marker 13.
Yes.
Because it's 255 and then 83, the Botines, and then it'll connect you with,
Yeah.
So, if- When you go that way, you have to go way out, back, and you're coming 5 miles back into town.
That,
That's,
Oh,
Those are going north.
they want to go north, yeah.
I don't think nobody goes up north
Used
to
to go into
Colombia,
Unitec.
Baja, no?
And if you're
I
going
mean, I don't know,
it's way
whoever's
away.
crossing through Colombia that
Right.
has to drop off a trailer at mile marker 13, you know,
No, they go straight, or do they come down?
I mean, I don't know if they go 255 all the way to 35, and I will put you on mile 22, and then you have to drive down another 10 miles. So I think that, you know, as a signage to those trucks that are going to, you know, those industrial parks on mile marker 13, because I think those trucks are, I don't know if they're coming all the way to the loop.
No, porque this one goes, es para hacer, este es Colombia Toll Road.
Ajá.
O sea, este estoy de Colombia, acá de México. Why would they want to take this road?
I don't know, because this 255 will put you on mile marker 22.
Sí, pero if you take this, it'll put you back down on nine.
You know?
No, what he's saying,
Pues
I
aquí
think,
bajas directo, ya mejor, ¿no?
I think what he's saying is if you take Tiendas to 255 Columbia, and then go over to Highway 83, which is before 35, and head south, it'll bring you out of mile marker 18. But then you still have 5 miles to go to get to 30. It's that route, actually, because I work in Unitec, I've tried that route once, and it's way longer.
Yeah.
Way longer.
but then again, now they already finished 83, so you can come through Columbia and then get 83 and you're at mile marker 13.
18.
18.
13. If you get 83, you get to
18.
mile marker.
18.
Mile marker 18, I'm sorry, 18, yes.
It's 18.
But then again, you already avoided all the traffic on Mines Road. But the thing is that people don't know that you can go with a loaded truck either way, north or south. So they can use other alternative routes to get to Mines
I
Road.
think notifying the public that it's there's a possibility. It's for sure a recommendation for northbound traffic going to San Antonio.
Just to help alleviate, just
That
to
would
help
help, that would alleviate a lot.
just a little bit of
The
help.
public access channel can post something as well, saying that it's open for business for loaded trucks. I think that's another.
A public service announcement with the radio stations maybe, I don't know.
How do,
think that is
how do we get TXDOT's attention if that's who indeed it is that needs to put up the signage?
So I'll call Tito, you got, reach out to Tito.
Do we do a formal letter, maybe signed by you, or how does it, what do we?
Well, we contact Tito
Yeah.
first, send him an email or something and see what all,
Or what are the formality of them to go check it out?
right.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's,
Here on 35, they had a sign train there, train out, that they could do something like that over there, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so there's no more discussion.
Because they have the blinking signs as well. They can post a lot of things, and the city can help with the public access channel and anything, Chad, your media, your Facebook, all of that. And all of that can help.
Coordinate it through the communications administrator.
We
of
can
the
share
city.
it as well.
Is that a lot of red tape, or is it something that could be done fast?
No, I think something that we can
I mean,
start,
for them to actually to put the
start
sign up.
working on something and
What are you
eventually
talking
get to
about
the
is-
signage and.
What are you talking in time, just for instance?
Time we initiate the request and they evaluate the area and where to put signs and what to put, have them made, I don't know how long, how many months, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
This is new
Like
for,
when?
this is new for you, that signage thing, but I mean, TechStop can do a good job with the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are always people outside, either
They
fixing roads.
may
or-
already started looking at it because I know they were there at the town hall meeting and I know Jason,
People was there.
he works there with TxDOT, so he was there as well. So I'll kind of follow it up with him first and see kind of where they're at, see how we can move it along.
Or people, they had them like surrounded.
Okay, well, there's no more discussion, we'll move on to the next item. Thank you guys for your comments, we'll go to other business. Basically, just we're here, we have in our, everybody has in their package, just the insufficient funds and U-turn data that they give to us every month. As you can see, we are down to 311 U-turns. We started like 520, I think, at the most. So we're, like I said, last one as well, we're down. On the accounts, there's 2 accounts with 6, 2 accounts with 5, 4 accounts with 4, 17 accounts with 3 U-turns. So tackling these guys will be, we'll get a lot done. 160 with 1 U-turn, those probably, we're never gonna get rid of those. Those are probably accidentals. The 31 that had 2, well, we could have avoided there at least one U-turn from each of those. Yeah, so that's going well. Fees collected for this month, $13,685, and year-to-date, $80,818 for year-to-date collected on that. So, I'm just on that piece. And it went down about 200 U-turns a month, but still, we got a little work to do. And then, just other business on the items that we touched base last meeting, we'll probably follow up on the next meeting. We'll get closer to the Chief Landine for the trash disposal. We'll have Gonzalo also for the permits, just to compare the FAR application to the one here. And I don't know what other items, but we'll try to follow them up. Any other item for other business?
So the monkey, the survey ends in December. I think I read that, but are you all collecting data right now?
Right now, we
What was
haven't
that?
started collecting any,
It was a survey for that.
for the survey for the U-turns to see if they're the drivers, if they're the owners, how, if they knew, to kind of get more information as to try and figure out why they're
were
not
costs.
depositing into their
There's something to
accounts.
consider here. I mean, there are 56 accounts that have more than 1 U-turn. But out of those 56, they cost 151 U-turns.
Yeah,
So
okay.
just a fourth of the accounts cost half of the U-turns. I think we should consider adding, after the first time, adding more and more and more. If you have 6 U-turns, it should not be fair to be paying the same as the first ones. So just keep on adding. Maybe make the 6th one $100 and see if they change. Because it's really, it's nonsense for them to continue doing this. I mean, we've done a lot, but still, there's a lot more to do.
We could do that. We'll kind of let the survey kind of run its course. We'll get the results, and then if we need to do incremental fees for the repeat offenders, then we'll propose that route.
Is it, do you see one offender doing it mostly, or is it the same
Different.
people? They're all different, they're not.
Yeah, but there's 4 counts that do it quite frequently, like they don't care.
There's 4 accounts that are
But if
repeated
it's-
offenders.
But I
Yeah.
wonder,
Ms.
Four
Limon,
accounts, 4 accounts this month compared to the 4 accounts, or however many accounts the previous month. If they're the same people or different people, we'll kind
It's
of
not the same companies, it just,
repeat.
from month to month, they're different people.
Yeah, but the
I can
4
see-
the top
I can- honestly, I can
counts are the same or no? Or like the
No.
top 2 counts are not, they're not.
From last month, no.
No,
So they don't do four times every month. I guess this time they did 5 turns, but doesn't mean that last month it happened to.
right.
And then with overweights, you guys have a $500 penalty, man. Start getting them up to that, see what happens.
Let's stop it.
Right away. The
Ms.
first
Limon,
one.
I do have a
Yeah.
question about accounts.
It's just kind of like the shirt I had from, when my daughter started dating. It
An
said,
account could be more than one
Fathers against
track,
daughters
right?
dating.
An account can have multiple tags, multiple vehicles.
Yeah, account has.
One account can have,
Can have one or
one can
multiple,
have 500, can have
And-
20.
And one company could also have different accounts,
Right,
Right,
right.
also.
I got you, okay.
Like if they added a truck, or the sister handles one of the brothers, and they could have, well, you have, like, they could, it's multiple. Yeah.
So somebody could play the game, knowing that if they are gonna have repeats and the fines are gonna escalate based on,
Yeah.
they could start making separate accounts, new accounts.
Well, yeah, but if you're doing that, you might as well,
Still generate more income.
It has to be approved by council, no?
Yeah.
The increments?
Yes.
The
yes.
increments?
Right now, we're not voting,
Yes.
we're trying, we're
Yes,
just.
let's kind
But
of get the questionnaire done, and then let's see the results on the survey. We'll bring it back to you all, and then we'll analyze from there.
I think these people are, it was, they will do it on purpose, if you can get away with it and leave and never, you'll never pay. But these people are, they will kill it, you have to pay. So it's just very bad administration
Right.
on their part, because when it's stuck, they gotta go and deposit. So the organization of opening more and more accounts and not get penalized, I think they don't have the administration of the time to do it. They don't even have time to pay their normal.
I'm thinking about this, and I can think if I were an owner of multiple trucks, and I had 3 of them in line at one time, and the account was empty, I didn't know it, I forgot about it. All 3 of them got there, I could get hit 3 times right there in one whack. So, I don't know if that's the case here, or if these 17 accounts that had 3 U-turns, if they were one day and another day and another day and all that kind of, that's how it works. And then, obviously, these 100 and 200 something accounts that are on here for all these turns for this month, you said next month they're probably not gonna be on there. So they've all paid their stuff. Does that mean the next month when it runs out, are they on here again?
There could be repeaters, or there could be other ones that,
Okay.
so if I may, excuse me, Robert, so when you say 160 accounts had one U-turn, that's not from the same company, that's 160
it's
different
different.
companies had only one.
Right.
So, okay, so then, when you say 2 accounts had 6, what's the difference between the 2, the 4, and the 4, and the 17? I'm not understanding it.
So the 2 accounts, the same account, each of them had 6 U-turns.
The same
Same
account.
account. So two accounts
My
had 6
account,
or
my
6 or
account and
more.
your account had 6 U-turns that month. 2 accounts. Your
And for these
account.
2 have been mine and JD had an account.
And then
It was
2
fine.
different accounts had 5 U-turns. His account, his account.
Which those,
How
they
many
fixed
total?
it.
Keep in mind, we
How many
have
total accounts are there?
4,000.
4,384 accounts. I mean, it's,
Yeah, check it.
if you look at it like that, it doesn't seem like a lot. But if you look at it with time,
Yes.
it does, because it does interrupt the flow of
Road
traffic.
traffic.
Yeah.
75%.
And at peak time, I know I have the folks from the Mexican side, and they're like, what's going on? The bridge is empty. And it's like, I check cameras, and it's like, we're doing a U-turn.
Yeah.
So we're holding, they flush everything out, and as soon as we finish doing the U-turn process, we let go, and then it all comes in. So they kind of message, what's going on? There's no traffic. U-turn. So
Is it possible to do metrics on, how much it costs your staff to stop everybody and turn around? Not including the truck traffic, but just your staff alone?
Well, it doesn't cost them anything.
I mean, they're
I
there.
mean, per hour, look, I'm talking per hour, just the metrics that, my staff, I have 5 people out there, they get paid $20 an hour or so forth, and just the time involved, it creates.
They're there
Matrix.
anyway because they have to
Time loss.
direct traffic, but.
But those
yes.
trucks are gonna, and they are gonna go through, I don't, like,
We're taking capacity away from
Yeah.
the tolls.
10
Right.
minutes or so, right, per U-turn or so? 10 minutes?
8 to 10, yeah,
No, it
yes.
doesn't take 10 minutes to do the U-turn. They get to the lane, they verify just to make sure that they haven't deposited in the trucks at the lane. And then from there, as soon as everything clears, they stop at the checkpoint and then they U-turn it out. So it's not 10 minutes. It could be anywhere from 2 minutes, but still 2 minutes
You
and
have-
then
you
later
said-
2 minutes.
You said they have to empty the bridge so they can turn around.
No, the bridge doesn't have to empty because they'll flow, so they have enough queuing area to go around. We have to stop at the entry point to avoid a collision, and then once they clear the
There you open up
lanes,
again.
then
And then
we
I put it again,
and then
from where we started. that
by
means
the time
so
they get in gear and get going, it
Yeah.
takes a while.
It's not a flow, just stop the flow.
Right.
Can you say when you all started the violation and the penalties that they had to pay, do you think it stayed steady with 300 or it varies from month to
We
month?
have every month it's been going down a little bit. From 520 to
decreasing.
4,
We had one month where it was slightly higher than the previous month, but we're staying within the 300, so we're gonna
So
try
it's
and
been
see.
steady 300, I think,
We
when
can
we
push
add,
it to the 2, we're at 311, so
until
hopefully
we add,
we'll,
when we added,
or we'll do the
we'll increment.
promotion and we'll kind of put it out there and
I think until we increment it, that's when it's gonna come down a little bit more.
possibly or
Until
others.
it's gonna be too expensive for them and everybody's gonna be in line.
Right.
That's what it looks like, so we'll just wait till the service.
yeah, they're gonna attack us more than 3 times, and those are 80 times.
I wish we could bring them here to speak to them, just to hear what they have to say, but I think it's gonna be pretty hard to do that.
Can you share the names of the information of the individuals?
I can invite them here just to talk to them, just
It's like going to a bank, it's like they're not gonna tell you, okay, all of these people are negative in their
No, we
account.
probably can't put it, but we have to work something out and with a, so at least who knows, make some phone calls. If a name comes out, and sometimes maybe the owner doesn't even know, and the manager's just doing it
Right.
wrong, and it could
We
be.
had situations like that,
Yeah.
where they send a runner to go open an ABI account, and they're the
Oh, yeah,
ones
because like the
that,
administration is just wrong, and so it's just,
I think we really want to know if there's anybody in this room. I'm joking.
no,
hopefully not.
no.
Carlos isn't here, so.
okay. So yeah, so I don't know, if any other business comments, you said you had one, Gene?
One that's slightly related to the 3338 because it might be close to the alignment. TxDOT had some listening sessions last week that some of us attended. Robert, you were there, right? And Jerry Maldonado and Jerry Schwabel and some others, but it was led by Melissa Montemayor, who's with the
HNTV,
HNTV, contracted by TxDOT, I believe. And so the discussion, the session that I attended, I believe there was 1 or 2 others, was to, the topic was the River Road, which is an alternate escape route for, the theory was for those inhabitants of residents like La Bota, Green Ranch, and others. And so Melissa presented the alignment options. There are several where it would start and stop and provide that relief. They presented next steps, which would be to initiate the studies, the engineering, the environmental, et cetera, and also together public input on preferred routes and alternate routes where it would start and stop and what alignment it would go. Would it be straight? Would it be curvy? Would it avoid some of the need for some bridges over the streams in the flood areas? And a healthy discussion on if the road could be designated as private vehicles only, non-commercial. But the discussion quickly led into the landowners that would be donating or selling their right-of-ways would have the right, the legal right to develop the properties into warehouses or residential or commercial. So in the end, even if, it was just a discussion, it was a healthy discussion, just like we're having now, right? But could it be initially designated as private vehicles only, and how long would that last? And so part of the feedback that we gave was to try and survey the landowners that would be involved in donating or selling their right-of-ways to gauge their intentions. And so that was some good feedback that was given. And it looks like the preferred route for it to start would be around Arquero Road, which is, most of you probably know where that is. Where Riverbank Road kind of goes into a residential neighborhood. You know what I'm talking about? I see some head shaking. And the other alignment it's going to require public input and engineering studies and whatnot, but could be around where 3338 starts. Or it could be past Pinnacle, or, it could be even further towards the Columbia Bridge. But I just wanted to let the group know, to keep your eyes and ears open, so when there are future sessions, you individually or collectively may want to be involved in that as well.
So HNTB is the engineers for the RMA, and they're the ones spearheading the study for the River Road. And yes, the town hall had a lot to do with an alternative road for Mines Road and just for cars. And that's pretty easy because it belongs to the city. So it was the state that was gonna build that road. It'll be a different route, but the city can say it's only for cars, and that's the intent. It's an alternative road for the
Yeah.
people that live back there. But the alignment would be in back of La Bota and ended at Pico Road. 338 is further upstream, but I think that's where the alignment is gonna be. And yes, it depends on how many bridges and how, so there are gonna be several alignments to see what is more feasible for that road and environmentally and all of that stuff is important.
Well, yeah, thank you for that. And I guess the discussion, again, I'm not being argumentative.
No.
But I guess the theory is if a landowner gives up their right of way and then they put up a warehouse, how can you stop an 18-wheeler from going down that road?
Well, actually,
People use only a certain way.
Yeah.
somebody bought property there and they want to build houses and but there's no roads. I mean, so the planning and zoning said, wait, we gotta do this road before we even put in more housing back there, so.
There you go.
Infrastructure, the whole thing, if there's lines, water lines, there's right now issues up north where there's no water, that's the big problem. So I think that may be a route to look at, but again, you just do an ordinance and.
So you have Riverbank that goes from Fletcher Lane all the way, and it curves into Killam. So it's like 2 or 3 blocks before, that's where Arquero is at. And so there's some apartments there, and that's where the road leads to. And so you have the school district now that owns part of the property, then you have the Mullers, and then you hit Mr. Medina, which is donating all the right-of-ways that he mentioned since the very beginning, because he owns the majority of that road, or that alignment. So hopefully he still donates that property, and we just have to work with the Mullers to fix that, so that road can be built, because it's really desperately needed by the residential people there.
That's what you said, that if they can get that as an alternate route for passenger cars only, it'll alleviate a lot of the pressure on Mines Road for the commercial.
Also for emergency vehicles.
It'll be emergency vehicle, but it's a huge safety issue to get cars off of that road.
So hopefully they finish fast, because they really need it.
Yeah.
Same as Vallecillo Road as well.
Really.
JD, yes, sir.
Hey, just to follow up, I know we also had a lot of discussion regarding, a potential new airport at another location. We're gonna have a discussion we created at some point from this group. But I know there was some misinformation that went out where it stated where our cargoes couldn't handle certain weights. And I just want to make sure we were clear on that, you know, our cargo, area in the airport can handle more weight than Mexico City and San Antonio because they've done a lot of, the grants involved. They created deeper cement where it allows a lot more heavier weight than those two individual airports. So just whenever that's taken into consideration, you know, we move forward with a committee. I don't know where the city council came with a result, because that was supposed to be for last discussion. Do you know where anything came out with that or not, with the potential?
No,
report?
it was,
Table.
Councilmember Dr. Marte was the one that had that discussion item, and as Assistant City Manager Landin mentioned, that they advised staff to put it on next year's CIP as unfunded, and they were gonna work with the airport consultant to get a study, work on a study, but I don't know where they're at with that.
I mean, because we discussed at the airport advisory committee, and the money involved would be, like, it's substantial, so we just want to make sure that, you know, we keep an eye on that as well, so.
I would nominate
Huh?
Joe for that subcommittee to head that committee.
You're at the airport.
He's in the
Yeah, but
airport.
since it comes from here, I go over there to make sure, just to follow up on it as well, and, you know, a lot of individuals weren't in favor of that, so. But, and also, Emilio said as well, and what's really important, I think is really key, to follow up on the landfill, because I'm hoping we can bring that up hopefully at our next meeting, so.
Yeah, I'll follow up on that personally, see if we can bring that information.
Make sure we
Yeah,
get
we'll
the
get
information from Mr. John Porter.
Perfect. Thank you. So there's no other business.
Motion, adjourn.
We need to schedule the next meeting. Schedule next meeting. We do have in a month, it's Thanksgiving week, so either we jump it to first week of December to make it the last, or we jump it 3 weeks from now. So it's a little tricky on what we
Are you
do.
guys okay with the first week of December? That might be safer,
Yeah,
you know, doing it.
and then we close our year and then be back in town, because, yeah, I think we could,
7th?
The 7th?
okay. 7th of December, is everybody okay with the 7th of December?
Pearl Harbor Day, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
6 p.m. to 7:30, right? Around 7:30? Perfect. POA meeting, December 7th. Thank you very much. Now,
Motion.
skip over to the.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, what? To the item number 8, adjournment. I need a motion to,
Second,
I need a motion.
motion.
Motion,
I move that we adjourn, second.
second, all in favor, aye. 6:32 p.m. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate everybody who came. Thank you.